In the ancient city of Magadha, Gautama Buddha resided beneath a serene Bodhi tree, spreading his wisdom to all who sought enlightenment. One day, a wealthy and powerful king arrived, accompanied by his entourage and curious subjects. Eager to test the Buddha's wisdom, the king posed a challenge. "Great Buddha," the king began, "I've heard of your profound teachings. However, I believe that true power lies in the ability to control others through words. I challenge you to a contest. I will deliver a powerful speech to your followers, and if I can retain their attention for longer than you must acknowledge my superiority." The Buddha listened intently and nodded in agreement, accepting the king's challenge. A gathering was arranged, and word quickly spread throughout the land, attracting a vast audience. The crowd gathered, their eyes fixed on the two figures standing before them, the king radiating confidence, and the Buddha emanating tranquility. The king began his speech, delivering eloquent words with grand gestures. He spoke of his wealth, his victories, and the magnificence of his kingdom. The crowd, initially captivated by the king's commanding presence, listened intently to his every word. However, as time passed, restlessness began to fill the air. The audience squirmed in their seats, their attention waning, unable to grasp the true essence behind the king's words. After what seemed like an eternity, the king concluded his speech with a flourish, expecting a resounding applause. Instead, he was met with polite but underwhelming claps. Disheartened, the king turned to the Buddha, smirking, confident that victory was his. Gautama Buddha stepped forward, his gaze steady and a serene smile gracing his lips. He began to speak, his voice gentle and calm, carrying across the crowd with a soothing presence. His words were simple yet profound, his teachings rooted in wisdom and compassion. The audience leaned in, their hearts open, as the Buddha wove his tale. Time seemed to stand still as the Buddha's words flowed effortlessly. His silence between sentences held more power than any grand gesture or captivating phrase. The crowd was enraptured, hanging on his every word, their souls touched by the depth of his teachings. There was a sense of profound peace that filled the air, and the audience felt a connection beyond mere words. As the Buddha concluded his speech, a hushed silence descended upon the crowd. The air buzzed with a shared understanding, a newfound enlightenment that surpassed any form of external display. The audience erupted into thunderous applause, their hearts overflowing with reverence for the Buddha's wisdom. The king, humbled by the power of silence, bowed before the Buddha, acknowledging the true essence of his teachings. He realized that it was not the force of words that held true power, but the profound stillness that resided within. From that day forward, the story of the power of silence spread far and wide. People learned that the ability to captivate hearts and minds lay not in bombastic speeches or grand gestures, but in the tranquility and profound presence that comes from within. Gautama Buddha's legacy as a master of silence and wisdom endured, inspiring generations to seek true enlightenment. And so, the power of silence continued to touch the lives of countless souls, resonating with them long after the words had faded away.